Okay. First off, before we begin, my name is Dirty Max. I'm one of the winners for the live stream that you guys hosted. Um,
Congratulations.
I am a deputy commander for one of the divisions of First Cav. And some of my members had questions for you.
Well, I will do my best to answer what I can, and what I can't answer, I'll take down notes and try and get you answers just as soon as I can.
Okay. A lot of people have been asking me since the 8.5 update. It states that the non-premium accounts will have the 3 platoons. I had people ask me, will there be a difference between the platooning and making companies for premium accounts?
That is a really good question. That I'm not actually sure about. I don't have any more information than what you guys have as players, unfortunately, on that one. We're still waiting for information on that, but that's one that I can definitely take down some notes and see whether I can get any information on.
Okay. I know my commander, Kickum, he's sitting in the room right now. He wanted to somewhat have a clarification on the new artillery that's coming out, which I know the Major Rampage. No. Was it Rampage or the Chieftain that
It
went
was
over it?
Chieftain, and that is his deal entirely. I think he is the one that is authorized to speak to that. Again, we had a little teaser of what was coming up on Friday, but past that, everything else is pretty top secret. So what I would recommend is just keeping your eye on the news updates for that, because as soon as we are able to release more information about that, it will be a huge news article.
Okay, another question was spectator mode. Because I've seen that some people have done it before when you guys do the live stream. Um, will spectator mode be brought up in the future?
Gosh, I hope so. Right now, it's only set for special internal accounts. So, our esports guys have access to that. However, I'm hoping that that will be released to the public relatively soon. Again, that's another thing that, if we make an announcement about it, it'll show up first
User
in some of the
joined your
patch notes.
channel.
But that's something that I would recommend poking Lord Farquaad on in our esports department. He typically has more information about stuff pertaining to esports than my team does.
Okay, there was another one about the 8.5 update, and they wanted to know if there was extra
User
bonuses
joined your channel.
for people who did have premium.
Not that I know of. I haven't heard anything on that front, but things are still being finalized. So again, we're trying to make there be some more pluses for folks who don't have premium accounts, but at the same time still make there be perks for folks who do have premium. So for that particular one, I'm actually not sure. Again, that's a situation where, even as an insider, I haven't heard anything on just yet.
Fitz, you can talk now if you want.
You missed Egal's question.
Oh, Egal wanted to know if there was a clarification. No. He found some glitches in buildings and rocks where
Okay.
you can get shot.
Okay.
He wanted to know if that would be fixed in the future updates.
Yeah, so first of all, they need to be reported. We do catch quite a bit, but our player base also catches quite a bit. So definitely for those types of things, send those into support, support.worldoftanks.com, and our bug tracking team will scoop them up. And if they can replicate them, so give them really, really specific details or replays if you can. Replays are always great. We'll always take replays and send them into support, and our bug tracking team will scoop them up, and they make out daily and weekly reports that go directly to our dev team and bug tracking team.
One of our main commanders for first Cav, he was one of the co-founders, Sir Den. He is one of the closed beta testers for World of Warplanes.
Okay.
He wanted to know, and a lot of people wanted to know, if World of Warplanes was going to be out in open beta soon.
Ah, that one you will just have to wait. We still have some big conventions coming up with some big announcements, so that's one that I can't give you any details on. But yes, definitely it is coming soon, TM. And like I said, there's still some more major gaming conventions for the year where we're going to make some very big announcements.
And another one he had is, do the players in general have any more information about World of Battleships? Because I know people have been asking us about it, but we don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, we haven't really put any information out to the public. We've been working on a lot of other things. It doesn't mean that work on battleships has come to a complete stop, but we've definitely been focusing in on the things that are going on in tanks and on getting planes out of closed beta. So haven't really been feeding any information to the community, although I will say that we still do have a couple of developers and programmers that are very actively answering questions in the battleships forums. There's a couple of different threads where like Tate is one of the big developer producers who regularly answers questions over there, but it's mainly really specific questions. We're still not answering anything about dates and information for when the game is going to come out. But again, we have some big conventions coming up, so there may be some announcements about battleships as well.
Okay. Fitz, you have the floor.
Hang on, there
Or
was...
kick him.
Egal had one more question. Well, not so much a question as a complaint.
Fair enough.
Light tanks and the like have been running into people on purpose so that they can collect that little extra bit of money that they get
Yes.
getting damaged. Is there some way you guys can do something about that?
That has been, I will say that light tanks ramming into heavies is a common refrain in terms of complaints. We know it's an issue. It has been reported to the developers. And if you see, if you're in a battle where this happens and it's a really egregious case, please have your battle recordings turned on, you guys. I know it takes up some space, but if you can send in a replay video to support, they will review those. Just make sure that you label your ticket as a light tank ramming into a heavy. Support can review those manually and hit them for unfair gameplay.
Fitz?
Hello, my name is Fitz. I'm a division lieutenant. I'm going to turn it over to my Major Royal Payne.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, sorry, I had myself muted. I'm sitting here trying to talk. Couple guys had questions about the Type 59. And
Oh boy, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, people were wondering if it was going to be nerfed or if it was even going to be sold again.
Oh, this is a constant refrain that you can turn to Major Rampage on. His standard line right now is that there are no plans to sell it again. Of course, that's always subject to change, but right now, for what we see on the horizon, we don't think it's going to be sold again. And in terms of nerfing, I am not sure.
Okay. Another question was more like a concern. People are having problems with matchmaking. Like today, I got into a game with 9 artillery on each side and 1 heavy on each side, and that was it.
Okay. Yeah, and what tier were you playing?
Tier 8 arty.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely, those are the outlier battles. You shouldn't be seeing those on the regular. Usually, I mean, we completely redid Matchmaker, almost a year ago now, and things have been much better since then. We're still looking to, we're always looking to rework those things and rebalance those things, but hopefully those battles are statistical outliers for you. I mean, are you seeing those on the regular where you're getting, more than 6 RD per side?
If I'm in Tier 8 artillery, of course the wait time's a little longer, but if I let it go past 2 minutes, I'll get a game like that, no problem.
Right, right. Okay, yeah. So again, it's just one of those that there's definitely spillover from all the other matchmaker battles, and those are kind of the leftovers that get thrown into a battle. We apologize about that, and it's a known thing. It shouldn't be happening all that often. If you find that it is happening on the regular, please report it. But otherwise, we're always trying to rework matchmaker to make those things a little more fair.
Okay, definitely. Another question that I actually had, the Clan Wars map for the United States server, is Europe and Africa going to be wiped in the next update?
I have no idea. That's I try and stay out of the clan war stuff as much as is humanly possible. I mean, my range of expertise on the server is our rule sets, as well as forum administration. But in terms of clan wars, those are questions for our community management team or our production team. They are more in the know than I am, because I really try and stay out of it.
Okay, well, there goes the rest of my questions.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
It's
can
okay.
answer basic things, but again, Clan Wars just goes in too deep for me, and as soon as I step in to try and do something, I get thrown projects that are way over my head. So I try and stay out of the Clan Wars, at least the Ultimate Conquest stuff.
All right, I don't know who's next.
Iced?
Just to expand on the matchmaking issue, I was wondering if there's any plans on making a skill-based matchmaking in the future instead of random.
That's a good question. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that. That's definitely, and what I would recommend you guys is get me a list of your questions. I'm trying to take notes as quickly as I can, but get me a list of your questions typed up after this. Send it to me in the forums, and I'll try and get answers from different sources for you guys. For that one in particular, I'd have to ask the production team. I haven't heard anything myself, and I know that we haven't released anything to the public about that, but that's one that, send me that in a PM, and I'll see if I can find an answer for you.
Okay.
Any other questions?
This is your time to ask any questions to Wargaming.
I
And
actually
Indeed.
have one.
Shoot.
I've been every once in a while having an issue where a teammate would pull out in front of me during a battle, when I'm about to take a shot, and I accidentally do damage to it and I get fined. Would anything be done to prevent team damage?
Right now, the focus is definitely on quote unquote, historical accuracy and realism. So there are no plans to take out team damage. However, the system takes a lot into account. It takes a lot of factors into account, so that automated team damage system. And it has to do with a ratio of team damage, so you'll never be banned for just, one accidental shot to, somebody who happens to pull in front of you at the wrong moment. It has to do with a ratio between how much enemy damage you've done and how much team damage you've done for like a 24-hour period or so. So you shouldn't have an issue unless, it is happening on the regular, which it shouldn't be happening too often. But again, the system is calibrated pretty well. I know we get a lot of complaints about it, but this is actually one of my areas of expertise. And seeing the reports and the complaints on the back end, the system actually works pretty well.
All right.
The only thing that it doesn't really account for, again, is the the light tanks ramming heavy tanks issue, and we're working on that.
anybody else have any questions for Jewel Thief? This is your time to ask while she is here. I know she's taking time out of her day to answer our questions that we have.
I remember during the live stream that you guys had a I remember on the live stream you guys had a TeamSpeak server. Do you usually leave that up, or was that just a special thing?
We do usually leave it up, but it is invite only. So it's up all the time, but we invite players in for tank companies on Fridays, special events, live streams, all that good stuff. So if you show up unannounced, you will be kicked unceremoniously. We apologize. We'll probably come up to the lobby and ask you what you're doing there, and then we'll kick you.
Is WOT going to realign the light tanks in tiers? For example, the Chaffee continuously gets me into tier 10 battles.
Ouch. That I don't know. That one typed me up a nice written question on that, a nice typed question on that, and I will try and find you an answer to that. That I don't know. But that's brutal.
I know that a lot of people have said it or have thought about it that they might link up battleships and warplanes and World of Tanks all together in one battle. Is that ever possible that you link them up?
Yeah, so that is a bit of a misinformation there. The statement that we made is that all three games were moving towards a shared economy, so as well as possibly a shared Clan Wars map. So it's not. We didn't ever make the announcement that all three games were going to be battled out all at once. Just that you'll be hopefully able to share your XP and gold and all that good stuff and move it between the games.
Okay, because I know that they have War Thunder. That game is going to be doing what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, no, we're not moving towards that model. At least not with the last announcement that we made was just about the shared economy. Anybody else while you got me?
I know that one of the vice JCOS wanted to know if probably like once every few months one of you guys can stop by if we have more questions.
Yeah,
Is
absolutely.
that possible?
Absolutely. Just send me a message. I might not always be available, but I can find you somebody that, will at least be willing to come in and listen. We can't always give you immediate answers, as you're learning right now, because not all of us know all the different bits and pieces, but I'm sure that I could find you somebody to stop by for half an hour to just come by and chat and collect your questions and see, whether they can get you answers from other sources. We're all fairly nice people. Most of us.
Especially when you don't have coffee, right?
Coffee is a big deal around here. I'm not a coffee drinker myself, but I do love some tea.
Rampage is a coffee drinker.
Oh, Rampage is a caffeine junkie.
I can't
Most of the
stand
folks in the
it.
building are. I don't deal well with caffeine, so I try and stick to the herbal teas and a lot of water and juice.
I know some of our members in here right now, well, officers in here right now, they did have a question, and it relates to wargaming. Is there any way that some people can actually get a job for wargaming and just do it from their house, or would they actually have to be in the state of California?
Yeah, you actually need to, our positions are in-house only. We don't do telecommuting, so you would have to live within the San Francisco Bay Area in California to work for our office. But we're hiring, we're always hiring.
How old?
You'd need to be at least over 18.
Sorry, Zoe.
Josh.
Yeah, but what about with that new Chicago office that you guys just bought, Jewel?
That's a different thing. So our new offices are run by different folks. They're part of the studios that we've bought up. So I'm not sure what's happening with them just yet. But in terms of Wargaming America, the head office here is in the San Francisco Bay Area in California.
With regards to the the player gatherings and that, are they going to have them anywhere other than bars? I mean, like our clan, for instance, is, you know, we have a wide variety and range of age players.
Fair
I
enough,
mean, all
yeah.
the way up retired, you know, down to kids that are under age 18. I mean, obviously they can't go to a player gathering if it's in a bar.
Right, right. We do try and hold them in different places. We've held them in bowling alleys before. It just doesn't always work out that we can find some place that isn't a bar. So we try and take you know, player feedback as much as possible. And like I said, we do try and do them in a range of places. And, you know, next time there's a thread up about where we should do a player gathering, please jump in there and give your feedback on that.
Oh, I had already had a conversation at length with General Direction and Muggsy.
Okay, great.
I had suggested a place here near Chicago that they could actually do one.
Great.
And gave them all the contact information, and the lady at the museum said that she would actually love to do it. So.
Excellent. Yeah, we do. We also do player gatherings at museums, which is always a lot of fun. Usually around conventions that we're going to, but you know, we're really trying to do more and more player gatherings. We have the Hummer Road Tour, and we're trying to do player gatherings around some of the stops around that too. So please keep putting in your feedback on that.
Oh, with that road trip, are they going anywhere near Michigan?
I would imagine so. I don't know how much of our tour schedule we have up right now, but follow the Hummer Tour Facebook page for more information on that.
Oh, I gotta look that up.
Yeah, please do. Here, in fact, let me see if I can get you guys a link, and I'll throw it in the TeamSpeak channel real quick. Let me see. Oh, I don't have permissions to send chat channel messages, but it's
I can
on
get that
Facebook,
really quick.
On Facebook, if you just search for Wargaming Road Tour, it should come up. Okay, hold on one sec. There we go. So that will, I think all of the details are being shared through Facebook right now. I don't think we still have a specialized webpage. Let me check.
In Florida, wow, they're still pretty far away. It's too warm down there to be close to me.
Yeah, it's like 100 degrees over here.
So there you go. There's the official webpage. We do have an official webpage, and it lists out the next 3 stops, as well as blog posts and other stuff. In fact, I think you can go to show lists, and it will give you almost, it's just the next 3 stops, unfortunately.
Oh, no way. That's like 2 hours from where I was last month.
Oh. But we're traveling all over the United States and possibly into Canada with this road tour.
Here you go, Dragon.
Yay! So hopefully there'll be something along the way for just about everybody.
I don't see Chicago on here.
Not yet.
Not yet. We're still adding dates to the tour. So participate on the Facebook page for sure.
I had a question in general.
Sure.
About the live stream that you guys had on Friday. I know a lot of people that won, hence 3 of our first cab members won. Me, Royal Pain, he's sitting in the channel also.
Awesome.
And another member. Is there any updates on that, like when we'll be hearing
Yeah, so the spreadsheet of doom got finished last night, courtesy of Catstalker. He worked very hard to get a spreadsheet of every single thing that happened on the live stream on Friday for 12 hours worth. And most of the tasks have been sent to our billing department, so things are starting to get done. And if you won something that was actually like you won it through the Twitch chat, you'll be receiving a Twitch message. Otherwise, you'll be hearing, you'll be seeing stuff start getting credited to your account. If by the end of the week your prize has not been credited to you or you haven't received a Twitch message, please get in contact with us by sending us a support ticket and put it in the, I think it's events folder. Let me go double check that. Yeah, there's an events folder in our support department that you can choose, and just make sure that you list it Twitch live stream.
Okay, one of my members that's actually in this channel right now, he's not feeling well, so he wanted me to ask this. He wanted to know why Wargaming didn't give prizes when Nyx was platooned.
Ah, that's a good question. That I am not sure about, but you can definitely send a message directly to Nyx and ask her, because she was, you know, more or less in charge of the live stream stuff for that day, and I'm not sure why they weren't issuing prizes during that point.
She said one battle. That's all my member just told me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I was not running the show, just helping out on Friday.
Hey, you're a big show fan, though.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I was actually not supposed to be on camera at all that day, but I got roped into sitting on the couch for a little while. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
User in your channel timed out.
Hope you got some cake. Look good.
I stayed away from the cake. They catered in a bunch of food, and I ate way too much food, so I did not partake of the cake.
User entered your
See, that
channel.
wasn't cool either, Jewel. The way that they just kept teasing us with the cake.
And the pizza.
The pizza was really, really good. I ate way too much pizza. I won't lie.
I mean, you guys had tons of coffee. You had pizza, French toast in the morning, the cake.
Yep. It was a little wild, but most of us were in the building for 15 to 18 hours. So I actually didn't leave the building for nearly 18 hours. So we had everything brought in. But yes, the cake looked amazing. I just, by that point, I was so full of food that it was not going to happen.
Still think someone should have place planted that cake like a 2-year-old would, but no one listened to me.
there were thoughts of it, but we wondered about the repercussions of that being on live internet streaming.
Yeah.
I could see that barely being bad.
It probably would have gone over well. I'm sure there would have been multiple screenshots of that posted all over the place.
Could have got Nyx. Her birthday was coming up.
Yeah, I doubt she would have been the one to do it.
Is there any chance for us to platoon with Wargaming in the future?
Absolutely. If you see us in game, just ping us. When I get out of here, or actually, I'll just pop it in right now. You guys can feel free to add me to Skype. It's a little bit easier to get a hold of me directly in Skype, and so I will enter my information. I can't promise that I will answer you within 30 seconds, but it's a little easier for me to get back to Skype messages than it is right away to forum messages. So I'll give you guys my Skype information, and when you add me as a contact, please tell me who you are, especially if you have a strange Skype name. Otherwise, I will reject your contact request because I get all kinds of spam from adult services. So please tell me who you are when you send a contact invite.
I actually have a question. Just saw that. How do you sign up or participate in your clan becoming sheriffs?
Yes, so what has to happen with that is you have to be what's considered a community contributor. What I would recommend is contacting Major Rampage directly about that.
Okay.
And I popped my Skype information into the chat window, you guys.
Oh, Roy, you must have missed it then, because we were sheriffs a long time ago. I remember that.
I've only been here for 1.5 years, not 2 years.
Oh, it wasn't 2 years. I think it might have been a couple months ago.
Yeah, I was here when they were doing it. And I've only been in the clan since September.
I would do it. It sounds like fun.
What,
It's
becoming
a
a big
fun.
red target?
Yeah,
why
having
not?
everybody in the whole match shoot at you every once in a while,
Why, I
including
usually do
teammates.
anyway.
Alright, any more questions, guys, while she's here? I don't want to take up too much of her time. She is working and, having fun.
It's a little bit of both.
Actually, I did recall a question. I was trying to remember what it was, and then one of your recent questions prompted it. The possibility for microtransactions within the gift shop, something like you know, a buck, $5, whatever, that you can throw at clan members, you know, your fellow clan members, for instance.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been brought up before. That's one to bug Major Rampage about. Not only does he do in-game events, but he also handles gift shop stuff. So go ping him about that and let him know what you want.
Thank you.
Absolutely.